So how much is it?
178. It's 201. Rounding.
22 pounds.
23 pounds. 23 pounds.
It's not too bad.
Additional bag is if I'm at work in business clothes, and I need to get essentially in what I'm going to be in outdoors, which is what I'm wearing now. I want a bag that I can essentially take everything in that bag and put it on my body and throw that bag away. So this is what this is. This essentially has my Merrells, my boots, my BDU pants, wool socks, pair of wool socks, wicking shirt, and the hat that's actually on my head. So this goes all on me, and all my work clothes get junked. Essentially everything else in here, my 550 cord belt, some over-the-counter drugs, pretty much everything you can think of, ibuprofen, Pepto-Bismol. I keep every different kind of them, antihistamine, allergy medications, multiple doses of every different kind in one little pill box. G-Shock, Gerber knife, topo maps of where around my house where I live, so I can move around. A what is it called again? Compass? Protractor.
Yeah.
For the maps. Some mechanics gloves, protect your hands. Mil-spec compass. Protein bar. I have a headlamp, which is essential for working at night. Some binoculars, essential for figuring out where I want to move. Some bug wipes to keep the bugs off me. I also have a fixed blade Mora, which is extremely sharp and very inexpensive, and a very tiny thing of police grade pepper spray. All this stuff essentially would go on me into my pockets. I also have a regular city map that is more current and has all the street names better than a topo map would have. It's empty. It's an empty laptop bag that allows me to have a ready space on my body to put whatever I would need into it, or anything I would pull out of my bag. I could, instead of having to take my bag off, I could just put it back here in this kind of ready space. It's also very inconspicuous because everybody carries laptop bags. Also have these are not in this bag yet, but they should be. These are apparently just water shoes. If I need to move in the rain, or cross any streams, or do any water thing at all, I will take off my Merrells and wear these and do that kind of river negotiation or water negotiation. These dry rapidly, plus it gives me a backup set of shoes. Essentially, my idea of a bug out bag is essentially moving and staying away from everybody and trying to be invisible and avoiding people at all costs. So my bag consists a lot of personal shelter items, staying comfortable over days at a time, and staying warm and being quiet, essentially. So the primary thing I have is a multicam Vortex parka, standard military issue. I like these personally a little larger than my regular size, so if I lay down or if I reach my arms up, it doesn't come up. I still get that protection. Plus it covers down to here a little bit, so I get that little more protection on my legs. So Vortex shell, probably the #1 thing. This would be a wintertime thing. This is essentially just a mil-spec liner, very old school. And it's just layer insulation that I've used these a long time, and I think they're the best thing ever. What's this called again?
Balaclava.
Not a baklava. That's what you eat.
I love baklava.
I know. So this is also this is polypropylene. This is mil-spec. This is the best thing ever. Keeps your head warm. Wouldn't go anywhere without that either. This is more clothing. Essentially, this is a Polartec vest to keep your core warm, so it's just the vest piece. I have multiple pairs of extra wool socks, probably 3 pairs. Wicking underwear as well. I have a pair of swim shorts in case I want to go to the pool. No, again, this is more about, it's really light, and if I need to negotiate water or move someplace and keep my clothes dry, I can bag up my clothes, put everything in my bag, which will be buoyant now because it's full of plastic bags. I can drag that, I can move it across the water, and this will dry rapidly, and it takes negligible space.
And when you get out, you can put dry clothes on.
And I can transfer back in my dry clothes. Everything I have here is not being in a hurry to get anywhere. I should be I'm trying to stay invisible, so I should try to negotiate that way. I'm not running from anything. This is standard military polypropylene underwear. Again, very warm. It's wintertime here. It's another wicking shirt. This is also polypropylene bottoms. So essentially, I'm using or making sure I have a lot of shelter for myself to keep warm under my Gore-Tex shell. This is just a small folding shovel. It's light for digging. This is ferrous rod, knife sharpener, 4 whistles, just in case you want to give them to your buddies and you have to move away from each other for some reason. Backup compass made by Sunto. 550 cord, hopefully you've heard of that. A half-gallon metal uninsulated container for boiling water. All right. Generally, I would stick a lot of my stuff in here because this displaces a lot of space in here. I haven't got around to doing that, but you can store things in here before you fill it up. My glasses, backup glasses. And at the bottom of this bag is another piece of Gore-Tex. It is actually a Gore-Tex sleeping bag shell. That essentially is, if I need to sleep outdoors, I can get in this shell with my insulation and I'll be good to go. It's waterproof and everything. So that's in the bottom of that. So that's everything that's in the main pack of this bag. The other stuff on the outside, got some energy gels, right? Oh, hey, I have some 9mm ammo. That's on me. Plus I have my 2 mags on me at all times. So that gives me another 100 rounds. Some other energy gel. AA, AAA batteries. And that's what's in this ready side of this. So my ammo, my backup ammo, batteries, and energy gels just to basically chug down right at the start of whatever I need to do. Handkerchief. So many uses for this. Can't even begin to say. You have to have one of those. Medical, right on the outside of my pack, so it's ready to go. Marpat poncho, go Marine Corps. Gotta have a poncho to set up essentially a shelter, a tent, a lean-to, etc. Fire starting stuff. I'm gonna go through these bags. This is dryer lint. It's a lot of it. I have 2 butane lighters and a tube to fill them up with. And this is more dryer lint. This whole thing here is essentially for starting fires. More bug spray stuff, so DEET and other stuff, and also a bug sting stick. So if you get bit, it's ammonia basically, but it actually works really well. Some bleach and some iodine in this little piece of tubing for purifying water. If you want to do it with bleach or iodine, just use the right amount of drops, and you have to wait the right amount of time for that. And let's cover them. Here we go. Another backup compass, another backup ferrous rod, a whistle, a magnifying glass, and another backup compass. I have a lot of compasses, all by a high quality company called Sunto. Medical bag consists of tourniquet, extra socks, feet are important, some self-sticking wrap, emergency blanket. I have a roll of gauze. My idea, if I need a band-aid, I'm going to make one. I'm going to take bandages and pull some gauze off and make myself a band-aid versus having sticks of band-aids, so there's extra of that. Also, obviously, this could be used for trauma as well. Spare contact lenses. I don't need this. It's essentially acetaminophen, or what is this? No, it's the other one.
Acetaminophen?
No, the third one.
Naproxen.
Thank you. Super important right here. This is Neosporin, and this is like $1 at Walmart, the generic brand. I cut my finger today, and all I did was pull this out, rubbed it on there. I don't feel it at all. But if I were not to do that, it would be itching and bothering me right now. So super important. Eye drops, because I wear contact lenses. foot powder. This is like what's the good foot powder called? It's real expensive.
Scott's got Gold Bond.
No, more expensive. It's like the stuff that's ridiculous. So I take that and I pour it into this tiny little thing. So foot powder is obviously a must, and nail clippers and tweezers as well. And that is what is in my bag. Plus, like I said, or maybe I didn't say this. Did I talk about these yet?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. These have to go in here. So essentially, this is a kind of a normal looking bag. I have the poncho if I want to make all this camouflage, or if I need to make myself immediately camouflaged, I can put this backpack on and drape that entire poncho over myself, and I'm Mr. Marpat at that point. Not even in my business clothes.
Do you think that could get you through what, 3 weeks? You said.
Oh,
Definitely.
well, I have enough bleach. I mean, this thing is full of bleach. This is a lot of bleach, and you only need a couple drops per quart, and this thing is full of the top of it. I don't know. It really just depends on. There's no food in this. There's like one protein bar.
Mm-hmm.
But this essentially is about shelter and keeping myself comfortable, and trying to be alone essentially and stay away from people. Versus some of the other stuff I have here is more about kind of blending with the crowd.
You could use that your suppressed little 22 and then hunt squirrels and add some snares to this, and then I'm thinking, I don't know if there's anything here, but your shoes might be this right here. Your shoes might be able to fit in this.
I'll put my jacket in this.
Oh, okay.
This is like a ready hold for usually a jacket.
Yeah, or you can just take a 550 cord and strap your shoes off to the side.
I don't like stuff dangling because it like hits your butt.
Well, I mean, whatever you
Don't
like
hit your
to
butt.
do, but I'm saying is you can
Yeah.
throw the shoes on the outside real quick.
I might get rid of this because this is bigger than a pair of Gore-Tex pants, and I have Gore-Tex pants because if you have Gore-Tex jacket and Gore-Tex pants, you essentially have this.
Right.
This is just a little more comfortable.
You're wearing your tent.
You can get in your pajamas and jump in this. You're like, oh, I'm camping. Versus if you're wearing your Gore-Tex, it's just like tighter on you. It's not as relaxing.
Right.
So that's where I'm kind of like thinking, like, do I want to just get rid of this? This is pretty big. This is not a tiny thing. Even when you crunch it down, it's still like, it's light. I mean, this pack is pretty light. It's mostly for clothing, right? But I could save a lot of space if I put my Gore-Tex pants in here and get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, because your tarp or poncho thing, that's pretty much makes your shelter, and you sleep in your Gore-Tex,
Right.
and then have your layers. You're pretty good.
Plus,
good
in
to
this,
go.
you're kind of fucked.
Mhm.
And also, if you go in this with all your dirty clothes, it's going to be fucking dirty the next time you
Right.
get in it. Versus if you're wearing your Gore-Tex, you're kind of just always dirty.
Right.
So I probably will. I like the idea of this, but I think a shelter.
It could be something you could put into one of your other bags. It's a little bit more of a luxury item than a necessity item if you have all
Yeah.
the other stuff.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of insulation because I don't like the cold.